Good evening, wanderers. Welcome to the Wandering Hour with Mom and Dad, a cozy corner of the night where your questions drift in like lanterns, and together we follow wherever they glow.
Welcome back. We're excited to have you. This time we get to jump right in and get to it. So, our first question of the night is a big one, and it's what inspires your ideas? And I asked, this is embarrassing. I didn't think that was going to happen. I do not know how to turn that off. This is your mom's podcast. I will learn more about the Apple Watch maybe in my second year of having it. Back to business. I'd like to answer this one first, if you don't mind. I really like this question.
Take it away for sure.
It's so easy to say, people, my kids, my family, which is also very true. But I think the big sum of it all for me is other people's ideas. That's not to say that I'm coming in and grabbing other people's stuff, but it's almost a collaborative thing when I hear other people's ideas or see other people's art or have a conversation with somebody. I get to build off of that, and I kind of come up with my own ideas based off of that. And I feel like that's where a lot of my inspiration comes from, is having that conversation, or again, that interaction with other people's ideas and things like that. I used to do a lot of creative writing in high school, otherwise known as my fan fiction era. Sometimes without fan fiction, I used to write a lot of poetry, but my cousin and I both did this, and so we spent so much time talking together about ideas and things that we like in separate works that we'd be working on, and just kind of building off of each other. And I feel like that's a creative floor. People do that for jobs, storyboarding and things like that, the writer's room and stuff. And so yeah, I think it's just working with other people and hearing other people's stuff that inspires me. I love seeing what other people are doing, and whether or not I do anything nearly as amazing or in the same vein, other people is where all of my inspiration derives from.
I want to echo all of that. I think that I work best when I have somebody else to bounce ideas off of. A lot of the times, my brother, your uncle, we have probably way more unfinished projects now that you're listening to it than we do right now as we're recording it, but I think we're at 2 or 3 really big works that we started because he and I just love to get into a room together and just riff on ideas. We have these grandiose ideas of what something can be, and we just go and go and go, and one idea flows into another, and it's just nothing feels for me quite as good as that.
Planning is easy, young man. Executing is harder.
Yes. But that I really enjoy getting into a room with someone and just spitting out ideas back and forth. It is a very, very fun time.
I like the affirmation of ideas.
Yes.
I think I sometimes get in my own head where I'm like, this is so stupid. I remember writing my vows with my cousin and sharing that draft with her, and I was like, it's just my first draft. It's embarrassing. And she's like, that was your first draft? And I'm like, okay, so I'll ship it then. But that was nice because I thought this was really awkward.
Yeah, that's sick, and then you compound on the idea, and then they compound on the thing that you compound. Yeah,
sometimes,
very fun.
You just need someone to kind of green light.
Yeah,
you're headed in the right direction. And sometimes you're like, this is awesome, this makes sense, and people are like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And so that's nice. It's nice to have that affirmation.
Yeah.
Other people are so inspirational.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. That's where I get my best ideas, is around other people who kind of share a passion for whatever you're trying to idea about.
Absolutely. I love that. Well, before we get into the next question, Wanderers, don't forget to follow us on Spotify so you never miss a new question. And if you want the extra moments, the cut questions, the cozy chaos, and the memories, come find us on TikTok. We'd love to have you there. Keep wondering with us.
Now for our next question. What is your idea of perfect happiness?
What a grand
Yes.
question. Question number 2, warming up. I am a simple person, I like to think. So when I think of perfect happiness, I think one of the biggest components of that is like not having extra noise in my life. So I'm not nervous about going to work or having to get things done or timelines or being busy. So I think of like Christmas break or holiday break or a summer break where you have that kind of like in school, especially. I also work in education, so those breaks still filter into my life. But to not have all that extra stuff going on and just be like home with my family and just doing things that I like, games and crafts, and not being worried about everything else, and just, good snacks. That's all I need. That is perfect happiness for me, is a calm life with the people that I love, doing the things that I love.
Yeah, we're very similar here. The big thing for me is that gaming with the people that I love, I think, is a key for me. Being able to set up a board game and really give it what it deserves, the time it deserves.
We just started to be able to do that with where we were able to teach him like Candyland for the first time, and we got to play that through. And while there were many reminders about what direction we were going and how we were counting colors, I mean, that was the start of like being able to do that as a family. And I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, I also really enjoy cooking. And I think that,
thank goodness. That makes one of us.
I think that setting down and cooking a good meal for my family, that also to have the time to sit down and like not just like, well, let's throw together some mac and cheese, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But my idea of perfect happiness is, let me spend an hour in the kitchen cooking up something good. Let me spend an hour and a half. Let me reduce the sauce,
Absolutely.
I love not the splatters, but just the tranquility that I find reducing a spaghetti sauce down.
You're not cleaning the splatters anyway, so okay.
Well, somebody has to, and it'd be best not to anger the cleaning crew.
It's weird because the cleaning crew feels like they're working overtime. But I think we also are really involved when we do cooking as a family, in which case, he is in the kitchen with us. He is mixing things with us and trying to crack eggs. And obviously with kids, that just adds an extra layer of time, which is not always feasible for us to get home after work and, at the end of a busy day and do all that together in the way that we want to. And so to have that time to really break that up and let him be a part of all of that, and let him wash the dishes and splash around, and I run around cleaning up behind everybody. That's such a luxury to have.
Yeah, I think that my idea of perfect happiness then reduces to just having the extra time. The more time I have, the more happy I have.
Which is so funny to think of that like our perfect happiness is equated to time. And then in the last episode where we talked about, would you want to live forever, to have that infinite amount of time? We're like, absolutely not. The time isn't as sweet, I guess, if you have all of it, huh?
Yeah, the sun doesn't shine as bright if you don't know the night exists.
Beautifully said. I love that. But awesome. I think, that's a great answer for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a pat on the back, girl.
Everybody.
So then my next question is, what makes you unique?
This one for me is tricky. I feel like I am the most cookie cutter person.
I like to think of you as an NPC.
Yeah, I have so much NPC energy. It's wild. I don't know that, like, when I go out with you or with the boy, I don't know that people know that I exist. Which is like, don't get me wrong, that's the dream.
That's fair. Our son is also very main character energy. Oh my lord.
Yes.
And I always thought I had main character energy, and I am nothing
Yeah,
compared to
next to him, you also get a little bit of the NPC energy. But so I think of myself very cookie cutter. I think of myself very NPC energy. However, after thinking about this question for a little bit, what I kind of fell into is I call it my terminal positivity, especially in areas and in places where people really need that. I do it a lot more at work than I do at home, because at home
Yes.
I can kind of let down the not facade but the shield.
And when
um,
we game, it shows.
but yeah, at work you could be having the worst day and I come up and I find a reason that it's a good day to be alive. And yeah, don't let anybody get you down at work. um, I say, they don't pay me enough to be mad, and that's true. It would take well over like low six figures to be paying me enough to get mad. It's just not worth my time. Life is too short. Coming back to the if you could live forever, but life's just too short to feel anything but happy.
Which is crazy because I care too much in all the worst ways, so much, all the time. So, I mean, I could be working the silliest, like, lowest end job, and I'm going to put all of me into it. And if it doesn't pan out the way I wanted to, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, that's you and I definitely differ in that respect, where it's just like it doesn't matter. And even like your stuff in education now, like the amount that you bring home, I'm just like, they don't pay you enough for that, and it doesn't matter. It needs to get done, and I can't fathom.
I've got a disease, and it's called caring too much, and it's incurable.
Yeah, I am very much, my free time's my free time. If you're not paying me, you're not getting work out of me, and you are not that.
That's a great answer, and it does make you very unique. And there's a lot of unique things about you, and I think even just compartmentalizing like that is also one of them. Because, man, no thank you, and neither does our side.
Yeah, I get that a lot of work. I feel like in my head I thought it was like a masculine thing, where it's just like, well, guys or masculine presenting people can just kind of do this, that's what they do. And no, at work I'm like, oh, as soon as I leave the door, like, this place doesn't exist to me, and everybody else is like, that's crazy, how do you do that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I love that. I think for me is a very different end of the spectrum. Not that it's not positivity, but I think if you haven't figured it out yet, even on the Super Chill Time Relaxing podcast, it's hard for me to turn my voice down. I am very excitable overall as a person. If you'd like to see more of that, check out our TikTok. It's nonstop for me. People are constantly like, oh, you're a lot in the mornings, or you just wake up and you're like this. People often are also like, what drugs are you on? And I'm like, no, just living my best, thanks.
Yeah, leading very much into that main character energy.
Yeah, I'm a lot all the time, which I think is very unique. I think you run into people like that in the world that It's funny because I watch like TV and I see those people and I'm like, ugh. No, I am that person in the waking world all the time, constantly. And I think that's a very unique thing. It's hard to try to turn that down, and I cannot do it.
I've tried.
I have tried, absolutely. So I think that that's a big one for me. And in that same vein, I think my voice is a big part of that as well. My voice is, again, very excitable. It's a unique sound. There's a lot of sounds coming out here. But I, in college especially, worked several jobs. And I would have people at different jobs, like, come up to me and be like, where have I heard you before? I'm like, probably here or here or here. And they're like, oh, nope, you waitressed for me last week. Like, I remember that voice. And I'm like, that's so weird. And I'm sorry if I'm out there plaguing your nightmares with my voice. But I think that that's cool. I think that's something that, like, voice actors really lean into. And I'm just out here shrilling it up.
Yeah.
Instead for free. But I think that's two really unique things about me.
Our next question, what is your motto?
Nothing. What's a motto with you? Okay, sorry. Lion King. Love it. Okay. This question's so hard. Because I still don't feel like I've pinpointed it down. I think one that I say at school a lot is, you get what you get and you don't throw a fish.
I like that one a
lot. Which isn't like the most positive one. But sometimes in that same vein, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit, but life's also what you make it. So if I could take my motto, I'd like smush those two together. Like, you get what you get, but it doesn't have to be bad either. And I think that kind of goes back to that, like, innate positivity.
Yep.
So how are we going to turn this around? Let's spin it. Spin crew. How do you make this better? Even if it's just like a perspective shift.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the simplest put. That's my motto. Those two, Mod Podge, Frankenstein into one, building off of each other, is my motto for life.
Yeah. Along with my terminal positivity, I think that my motto is be 1% better than the day you were before every day. That constant forward motion, no matter how small, like 1% is so easy. If you smile at one additional person than you did yesterday, that's 1%. If you...
And then it only takes 100 days to be a perfect person.
Yeah, well, no. That's not how that works, but yeah, 100%
I think I
better.
understand math, but sure.
Or like, if you're doing fitness things, if you take an extra 10 steps than the day you did before, that's 1%, maybe not actually in the grand scheme of like 10,000 steps a day or whatever. But like,
getting statistical.
But the constant forward progress is such a reassuring thing. 'Cause I came from a place where I was not terminally positive. And I've worked to get here, and I'm very proud of that. And it is 100% due to the constant small forward progress of just be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. So that's definitely my motto, and that's such an easy thing to do. And yeah, again, in 100 days you're 100% better than you were, not counting for compound interest there of the 1% of 90%. Yeah, just an easy way to look at getting a little bit better every day.
I like your answer better than mine. Um, no, I think that's really great. And I knew you at a very young age when you weren't your best self. Um, and then I didn't know you in between when you got to do the work on yourself. And I know you now. So to get to see that kind of progression without seeing the work, to take such a like a long-term goal and be like, okay, I'm not gonna wake up and be a better person tomorrow.
Yep.
So what can I do to make me a little bit better of a person today?
Yeah.
It's such a
Yeah.
cool thing to hear, and to see you really do the work on that and
Yeah.
see the outcome is
Yeah.
very neat.
And that, like, you're talking about knowing me when I wasn't super special awesome, and then
So you're saying they're super special.
and then we had the very long break, over a decade of break, and then to come back together after I've done the work. It's crazy in the moments. We have talked about this a lot, but like, to us, the boy has not changed at all since he was born, because we are with him every day. And every day he is 1% taller, or 1% heavier, or 1% smarter, or 1% whatever. So you don't see that growth when you're in it, but you take the snapshot of a picture that we took with him in the hospital, and you compare that to who he is now, and they're not even remotely the same. So that, like,
Now you're gonna get me emotional.
you're like in the fight doing it every day, and you may not know that you're getting better. Um, but think about someone who knew you 10 years ago. If they met you now, what they would think.
I do think about that a lot. Yeah, it's not
Don't, yeah,
usually
don't.
positive, but
But yeah, so that, like, you're in it every day. Like, if you're losing weight or gaining weight or whatever, like, you see yourself in the mirror every day, you don't see it. And then a person who hasn't seen you in a month is like, dang, you're looking good, or like, letting yourself go, or whatever. So you aren't even really a super great judge of how far you've came. And I don't really see how far I've come until I look back on those moments where I was not as kind as I am now, or as positive as I am now. I'm like, man, I cannot imagine being that person again.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always think about, like, in retrospect, like, oh, what would my middle school self think of me in this moment? And I'm like, you know what? That guy was kind of rude, and I don't really know if I care for their
Yeah.
opinion, but yeah, it's cool to see the growth, and I
Yeah.
love that. So, I love that journey for you, and I love being a part of it. Awesome. Okay, segueing here. On what occasion do you lie?
That question is such a complex one, because it's easy to be like, never. You don't lie.
And I do generally, I said before, I really dislike liars.
Yeah.
So I do generally really lean towards that. Lying sucks.
Yeah, I think for me, logical thinking man over here, um, my answer would be when the person you're lying to, if they figured out that you were lying to them, that would be less harmful to them than just telling them the truth.
Oh, okay.
So if you tell them a lie, and then in 5 years down the road they find out about it, it's like, huh, that's the thing to lie about. But in the moment, if you like told them the truth and it was impactful,
Okay, so like when we go on vacation and tell people we have 5 kids and things like that,
yeah,
and that we have different jobs and things
yeah,
like that because we don't want to get pulled into marketing schemes, don't call us. Um, I can't imagine, yeah, in 5 years they're like, that person lied to me.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's just like, it's so hard for those two things to be true, where would be less harmful, where they would find out and it's less harmful than the truth. So it's pretty much never, but there are those instances when there's just such low stakes, like the people we're never going to see again on vacation, and telling them our job is something that it's not, just to clown on them, and it's a fun like improv game.
That's fair. We do that.
It doesn't like, that doesn't feel like malicious lying to me.
So then, malicious lying being an interesting verbiage there, is that the same vein as your white lies? Well, white lies are okay. Where's the line?
Yeah, that's a good question, because it's like there's so many times that you ask me, hey, do I look good in this? And obviously, all the time is yes.
I was going to say,
So
that's
there's
a weird thing to bring up on this podcast.
So
for
there's
the first
absolutely like no reason to lie about that. But if I was like in a different relationship, or if we were talking hypothetically about a different one, when it's like, maybe that shirt does make you look like a square, the shape, not like the nerd, and like someone might want to speak up about that, but why? You know, that doesn't feel as bad either, to be like, hey, you're your own worst critic. I don't think that you look XYZ. In most cases, I would say for me that I'm telling you the truth when I say those things.
If the court reporter would read that back, they would find that to be true.
Yeah, so like, and the perception of the recipient of, like, you, not you, mom, you abstract person, could feel not beautiful, and your partner every day is like, oh, beautiful, you look beautiful today, whatever. You could just perceive that as a lie, and to the person that's saying it, it's their truth, it's their belief. It's like a foundation of something that they believe about you. So this even too, like,
Interesting layer to throw in.
Yeah, like, even if you're telling the truth, if someone else perceives it as a lie, their perception is their reality. So, like,
Yeah,
I think you just need to be authentic you as you can be always.
Unless you're on vacation.
Yeah.
And playing improv games with your
and
partner.
just being silly with people that you'll never see again. Yeah, and again, there's so many people also that like, just being honest as an excuse to just be mean. That's not it either. Like, don't go out and do that. Like, just because you think something, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Not saying something is not lying.
Yeah, that's a good point. If somebody comes up to me and they're like, oh, do I have food in my teeth? I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to embarrass you, like, whatever. Like, I will help you fix that. I'm not going to, that feels like a weird thing to be like, oh, this is awkward now. I have to keep that to myself.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm usually going to go out of my way to help you out there.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not going to be rude about it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's like people that I have worked with, that may not be the skinniest people around, wearing shirts where like the bottom of their belly sticks out or whatever. It's like, I'm not out here like hot fat, but me not saying that is not lying to them.
Yeah, that's a good example for sure.
So yeah, it's like, and
if you
that,
don't
like,
have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I was getting at too. Is like the using quote unquote honesty as an excuse to be harmful is no better than lying.
Yeah, I agree. I tell kids all the time, if they can't fix it in 5 seconds or less, you can keep that opinion to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to hear about it.
No.
If you're going to go up to them and be like, hey, you're fat, your shirt doesn't fit.
No.
Well, first off, rude thing to say.
Yeah.
They can't fix that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they can pull their shirt down,
Yeah.
which is a different way to phrase that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can't do anything about it now.
Yeah. Your shoes untied versus your shoes look dumb.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can help somebody out, and yeah, without being rude and offensive.
No.
So yeah, I would say my answer's in the same vein. Again, I've said before, I do not like liars. I will say it many times from here on out. Why do you want to remember that much stuff? I have a to-do list 1,000,000 miles long. Mm-hmm. I can't keep that and lie straight. That's crazy.
That's too much work.
So I always think it's easier. Authenticity, like you said, is such a big one for me. Just be yourself, say what you think without being rude or offensive or going out of your way to say stuff to people.
No.
But yeah, again, if you're on vacation, that's fine.
Yeah, you want to play a little bit of improv games with people you'll never see again.
Yeah.
Just being silly.
And I think if in some crazy scenario world where you ran into somebody that you met on a vacation 4 years later and you're like, oh my gosh, I was there on that vacation, I do remember you. Also, probably should let you know I'm not a CEO of a 500 Fortune company, like I may have previously said, because that was vacation me.
Yeah.
Vacation me is very different than at home me. And that's like a funny story to tell, but you don't need to like lean into that.
Yeah.
Be and like, oh no, I ran into this person, I have to pretend to be this persona.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's no malice behind that either, and I think that's another big thing of like
intention.
Lying. As long as there's good-heartedness kind of behind it all, it's just a fun improv game. Like again, when we're talking to people on a vacation that we believe we'll never see again, there's no like weight there. We are just having a good time. We use that as a time to like keep our wits sharp and do the yes and roll with whatever. So it's there's no malice there. It's a fun little game to play, and it's not hurting nobody.
That's fair. I think that's so funny that that's the only example we can think about when we lie. Very few times we leave our house. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's important to know. Mm-hmm. So, love that.
Mom, what is your greatest fear?
Oh, what a segue. I have a lot of fears. I don't like bugs. I don't like spiders. I don't like closing my eyes in the shower. That's a weird little thing. I think blanket answer, because I love my family and my kids, it's losing the people that I love. I think that's a big one to say. I think that, again, peeling the layer back one more, overall, I think it's settling in life, and I don't mean that in necessarily like a partner. I'm settling with who I'm with. I'm settling for something I don't love, settling somewhere I don't love living, settling in a job that I don't like, settling in just being unhappy in that day-to-day and just going through the motions. I think is honestly like the biggest fear for me. I dread the idea of being a part of a life that I don't like. Yeah,
that's very fair. And I think that many people can say the same. I'm sure there are people out there that also would say the opposite, that's kind of like, I just want to have that normal, regardless of what that looks like.
I'm also scared of clowns, I should mention that. Not my greatest fear, but it is up there.
You don't need to keep saying stuff that you're afraid of. It was just the greatest.
Okay.
And right after that, I'm going to give you one of my fears that is not the greatest, but it's a notable fear of mine, and then I'll give you my greatest fear. Um, I have, I call it irrational fear. I don't think it's that irrational. Um, of driving in a car on a bridge over water.
Oh, I'm very scared of that. I like hold my breath when we go over bridges
Yeah.
that are over water, especially, which is crazy because if you're gonna go down in a bridge, don't hold your breath that early. You want to be closer to the water before you do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm like
Preferably,
purple
like-
faced by the time we get to the end of the bridge. And how is that gonna help you in that scenario?
Preferably like in the water when your car is filling up with water. That's when you start holding your breath.
I should practice that.
I'm gonna say
My timing is all off.
I will white knuckle the whole way. But yeah, I'm not a water boy. I don't like if I can't see the bottom of the body of water that I'm in, like super anxious about it. I don't.
It's funny because I'm the opposite. I like water. I'm like hashtag mermaid girl. But I'm all about what's down there. I want to know. But yeah, bridges, water.
No, yeah, I don't like the idea of like drowning. That's scary to me. The lack of control that you have. If your car is like submerged or submerging, like you can't open the door because the water weighs too much. Like it's just there's too much going on. Not for me. Don't love it. Want to get away from it.
Which is funny because like, where did this fear come from? What plagued us that we're here and like this is horrible.
It's not a common thing.
No, and we have no shared experience about this. I also do not like it.
Yeah. But as promised, my greatest fear, and forever. I don't think this will ever get topped. My greatest fear is spiders. There is Skyrim. One of the first enemies that you fight is this like giant spider. And so like I love Skyrim. I love that game. But the first time I played it, I like was walking into a room and like the door was blocked by thick spider webs that you had to cut, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And it was like I cut the thing and then like came down from the ceiling. Spoiler alert! If you haven't played it yet, get on it. I guess it came down from the ceiling and I like paused the game and I had to walk away for like 5 minutes before I could come back and deal with this like virtual spider. So that was a fun experience. And there's also
you really enjoyed the Harry Potter bit.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh!
That was fun to watch.
I had to close my eyes.
Harry Potter, the well-known horror film.
I had nightmares for weeks. I had to tell you to let me know when I could open up my eyes again.
Yeah,
because like that bit was so long.
Which is so fun. Well, he's an important character. It's funny though because you like sit here and like watch horror films on your own like in the middle of the night.
I love horror movies.
Harry Potter didn't work for us.
I love horror movies, and I'll watch one. I work nights, so I stay up at night on my off days, and I'll watch 2:00 in the morning. I'll be watching a horror movie, and the boy will cry, and I need to go upstairs in the pitch dark. I'll have all the lights off in the house to not disturb anybody else. I'll have to go upstairs in the pitch dark. Fine. I go up, get him what he needs, his water, his bear, his whatever he needs. Go up and do that, come back down, resume my horror movie like nothing.
It's just crazy because I can't do that on a normal day because of horror films, I'm scared something's gonna like pop out at me.
But there's one big spider in a video game, and I have to pause the video game, and I can't continue playing it for a little while. And there's also, I don't know if they've fixed it now, but it's funny when I found out about it. I think it was Satisfactory, a game that I really, really enjoy. They had some spider-like enemies in the game, like in caves. There would be these like, they look just like spiders, and when I first saw them. That was another like pause the game, take a walk for a little bit, come back to it in a couple minutes. But they had an arachnophobe mode that you could turn on in the
Oh,
settings.
so you don't have the spiders.
They changed the spider thing out. It is a floating bit of text that just says spider.
That's so funny.
Um,
I love that.
and the I think I'm
How kind of them to do that.
yeah. I think that was just a thing while they were in early access before they like really fixed it up and did the right thing. I hope so at least. But yeah, that is a funny bit and one of those things that like from game development we like from Dreamlight Valley, all the things that you don't get to see if you come back or if you join in when the game is released instead of being there for early access.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I'm happy I was there for, and hopefully maybe they changed it. I don't know.
I think what's also ironic about this answer is that you're also the primary spider killer.
Yeah, yeah. You won't touch them, so I just have to. And you've watched me. I'll sit there. I'll just staring at the spider on the wall for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
psyching myself up. I would be standing over a spider with like a wad of paper towels, just like waiting, like forming contingency plans in my head for what to do if it like scurries away or drops off the wall.
That's
Spiders
the
are
worst. Losing a spider
yeah.
is worse than seeing a spider ever.
Yeah, losing them in the ceiling. There's been time like in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna finish. I'm like going to shower. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna go potty quick, and then when I'm done with that, I'll get the spider, and then I'll shower, and then they're gone by the time that I'm gonna go deal with it. And it's like, all right, guess I'm not gonna shower today.
Yep, I will just avoid that room completely. And be like, if enough time passes, I might be able to come back to this space.
Yeah.
But other than that,
furiously Google's lifespan of a spider.
I don't need to know that information. I think I would feel worse. Awesome. Okay, then our next question is a little vague, but what is your current state of mind?
This one's fun. I would say that my current state of mind is kind of future focused. Where I'm at right now, where we're at right now, in our starter home, just having had our second kid. I'm trying to figure out the logistics of next home and what that all needs to look like. So
Bless your cat.
that's where my current state of mind is. What's all to come.
Looking forward.
Yeah.
Future planning.
Yeah. Which is a fun place to be.
It is. I love thinking about houses and what we'll need and what that looks like for the future. And there's a lot of fun in that.
Yeah, there is. And I'm excited to see what we end up figuring out with that.
Yeah. I would say mine's a little different. We did just have our second. We're on parental leave. There we go. Yeah. We're both on a leave. After having our second, which is why you don't hear too many stories about her yet, because most of them are eating and pooping focused. And hopefully those will grow over time. But so neither of us are working. We're just at home and focused on our family and the day-to-day. And I said back earlier about my perfect happiness is that like lack of pressure and outside stuff going on and just being with the people that I love and doing things that I love. And so I feel so content and present based. I'm really enjoying it, everything for what it is right now. I'm enjoying our tiny house with our tiny kids for what it is, because I know that I'm going to look back on all those pictures someday and see them here and see my babies here. And I'm already getting teary about it. So I'm very excited for the next step as well, but just being here and right now is really grounding, and I've been really enjoying that. And we've been doing stuff that we really enjoy, like making a podcast and
Mm-hmm.
playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah.
And that's, I can ask for a better
Yeah.
day.
And it's such a, like, to stay present in the moment when there's so much to look forward to. I think it's like such a hard thing, and that
It's very intentional.
yeah, I am also trying to be very intentional and exist in this with everybody, but I do find my mind constantly, consistently kind of drifting to what comes next and exactly what that looks like.
That's fair.
But then I just have to pull myself back, and we're here again.
Well, I feel very similarly as well. Again, I work in education, so there was a lot of planning until I got to this phase, and then I'm getting towards the end of our leave, and so I'm thinking about all the things I need to start planning again. And so it's very easy to get caught up in that, and so I also have to be very mindful of, like, you only have so much time to
Mm-hmm.
be here and enjoy this, doing this moment.
Yeah,
You're not going to get this again.
yeah,
So really be here in it.
yeah,
And when we have two kids screaming because one peed the bed and the other needs a bottle and the dog needs to be let out and the cat can't stop sneezing, it's so easy to get caught up in it.
yeah,
But again, to realize, what's that song? You're gonna miss this. So those are the moments where I, like, kind of deadpan off into space, like The Office, and think about, like, oh, I'm gonna miss this,
yeah.
but I absolutely will. I'm not gonna be sitting here holding my baby for much longer,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one actually needs something from me.
Yeah,
So to enjoy it is,
yeah, definitely
again, grounding.
being very intentional with your feelings around certain interactions and things like that. Like, it's easy to get just, like, overwhelmed in those moments, but to be like, oof, yeah, this is what we wanted 5 years ago. This is what we wanted today. Um, and that's such a cool thing.
I would like to say, for the record, for anyone who can't see this, because it's a audio thing that we're doing, I'm not crying. I don't feel teary at all about these moments. So if you were thinking that, I just wanted to get that off my chest right now and say that's not happening. So don't even worry about it.
On what occasions do you lie again?
You got me.
I think we're gonna move right along to our next question. What quality do you most like in a partner?
Gosh. Okay. This is such a great question. Again, honesty is so easy to say. I will talk about honesty till the cows come home, or whatever that saying is. But I think if I'm thinking of somebody that I'm really gonna get along with, I genuinely like people who are smarter than me. I like to learn a lot from other people. Same as inspiration from other people. I never want to be the smartest person in the room. So I think that's a big thing for me. And humility. I like people I feel like I do silly stuff all the time, and I'm constantly an embarrassment to everyone around me. So I really like to be with other people who can, like, be in those moments and be like, whew, that was bird. And just be real about those and joke with it. And I think that's a big one. I like people who are authentically themselves in all the moments, and that really stands out to me. And laugh about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that I agree with. The not want to be the smartest person in the room. I think that's something that I hold really near and dear to my heart. Is if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to go to a different room.
Which is awkward if you teach, like, kindergarten or something.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Some of those kids are like geniuses these days. So even then. But yeah, I have a deep love for learning, and that's I co-host another podcast that's about learning. And so yeah, I'm again deep love for learning. If you're the smartest person in the room, go to a different room. Always be consuming something, like knowledge-wise, a book. I'm a really big YouTube head. I'll like watch, just go down a rabbit hole on YouTube, something random. But it's like, oh, I don't know anything about this thing. Let me go do that. But yeah, that's the curiosity, I think, is kind of where I'm getting at. The curiosity is, I think, something that I value in a partner.
I think that's super important. And I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but education is really good for that.
Yeah.
People who are in education, you're a lifelong learner.
Yep.
That's what we're here, that's what we're doing. Nothing stays the same. And I love that.
Yeah. But the thing that I like most in a partner is loyalty. That's, again, from episode 1, that's going to be a recurring theme with me, loyalty. I'm really, really big on loyalty. The not wondering of what's going on when I'm at work or whatever, like, just, it's so draining if you have to think about that stuff. And to get in a relationship that you just have no question at any point.
The peace of mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere, and like, you don't have to be like, I wonder if he's going to go to that place or some other place that he has, like, to just be like, yeah, whatever. It's so freeing to not have to spend like brain bandwidth on questioning everything that you say or do. So yeah, loyalty for sure.
I hated dating the first time. I have very little to no interest of doing that again in any way.
Yeah, I do not enjoy the process. It's just meeting too many people, doing too many things.
I think it's too many events for me.
Yeah, I just
people want to go out all the time. No. I'm exhausted thinking.
Yeah, for real.
The outfits I'd have to plan. Ugh, no.
Yeah, loyalty for sure is my number one.
Yeah, that stands true for you.
No.
I love that. Okay, well, which words or phrases do you most overuse?
I never think of myself as like in this way, and there are so many things. I think that if you would ask coworkers what things I'm always saying, you could get answers. But I just like, I say the 1% better a lot, especially in context when I'm talking to coworkers, stuff like that. It's just a lot of references mostly.
So many references.
My co-host and I on my other podcast are constantly saying "take that depression" to each other, which is a reference to Has Been Hotel, and the name of that podcast. So like whenever we're like caught up and we don't really want to do a thing, it's like, get out there and do it, is what that means. It's like, go learn that thing, or go to the gym and get your pump on, or whatever. It's like, take that depression. So I say that a lot at work. I do the Brooklyn Nine-Nine, cool. I do that a lot.
I do that a lot, yeah. Sure.
So yeah, it's mostly just a lot of references for me. I don't really have anything unique to me that I say a lot.
Awesome. I would like to challenge you, the listeners, to come back to us in a few episodes, and you tell us what we say.
Yeah.
And overuse.
You let us know what you say and overuse too. Maybe we can steal some stuff from you guys.
I'm always looking for new quotes and things to say. I think mine are very basic. That's fair. everything is fair, apparently, to me. My brother's always like, what are you saying? And I'm like, that's fair, it's fair. I agree and value your input. Thank you for sharing that with me. It's a pretty blanket statement, but it gets the job done, and it just slips out. When we went to go have our daughter at the hospital, they were prepping me for a C-section, and I was like, that's fair. And the nurse like stopped and was like, that's fair. I'm gonna use that. And I'm like, are other people not using that? Don't know where it came from. It's just saying all the time. My other blanket one is perfect. Everything's perfect, 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 perfect. I have people who, when I was waitressing, would be like, "That is it perfect?" And I'm like, "Yeah, everything's perfect." Like, so that's another one. I say love that for you a lot, which I've learned later in life after using it for a long time that most people use it as an insult.
Yeah.
I was just out here like genuinely like, I love that for you. And so I'm sure a lot of people have viewed some of our interactions slightly differently based on how I've used that, but mostly I'm just like, yeah, go you, woohoo, and that was not it.
It's so funny to use kind of slang or colloquialisms or whatever, um, and not know it, and just be like taking this thing literally, and you're like, ha ha ha, this fun thing that people are saying, and then you like come back like Urban Dictionary it, or like someone it's like, why'd you say that? And then they tell you what it actually means. You're like, oh no, I goofed up.
And I wonder if that's like getting old. We're old now, so we don't know this
gotta
slang.
be. It's gotta be. We're just olds now.
I remember when YOLO was popular. My mom was so fun because she'd be like, I'm gonna go let the dog out, and she'd be like, YOLO for Zeus, and I'm like, that's not what we're doing. That doesn't make any sense at all. But I think about it all the time, and it just makes me smile. But we're the old people now, so here we are doing the things wrong.
Here we are YOLOing for Zeus.
Hashtag YOLO for Zeus. Oh gosh.
What a fun thing to realize on your podcast.
Yeah. With all of us together.
As a family. One big family. One big wandering family.
I love it.
That mom and dad are just olds.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
You'd think the kids would do that, but no.
No, we're doing it to ourselves.
Not understanding the slang is what did us in. Well, Dad, if you want to start winding down for the night, we got time for one more.
Yes, I will take the last question. Who or what is the greatest love of your life?
What an intense question. And then blanket statement. Kids come first. Greatest loves of my life. I made those people with my body.
What a crazy thing that you did.
Crazy. So I love those too with everything that I am. Easy enough to say. If we're going a tier down from there, I also love you a decent amount. You're up there. And the greatest love of my life, in the tiers at least. Those feel like blanket statements. It's easy to say that and then just move on, but I feel like if we're stepping down a tier down and really just getting to like the meat of like who we are as a person, and who or what is the qualifier there that I really appreciate. I think the thing for me that my life, that I've spent so much of my life, at least 2/3 of my life, invested in and being a part of, it's The Sims. I love The Sims. I've been playing The Sims since, well, I didn't play the first Sims. I played the second Sims. My dad got it for me on the PlayStation, and then my brother and I played a lot of The Sims Herbs. And then we got into the computer games with my cousin, which got better. Can you believe it? And then 2, 3, 4. I mean, I've been playing them for so long, and I'm so invested in The Sims. It's my one favorite constant hobby of everything in my life. I think a lot of it is because I did creative writing as a kid. So now I can build my characters and write my story and visualize my story, and also like sometimes commit tiny crimes, like where somebody like drowns in a pool because I removed a ladder. And I love it. I think it's my favorite thing. I will never not be invested in The Sims. If they keep making it, I'm gonna keep playing it. If they don't mess it up, I will keep playing it indefinitely. I was saying earlier how I cannot wait to retire because I'm gonna have time to invest into my builds. It's gonna be amazing. Leave Loof alone. Love The Sims. That's it for me. That's the big one.
Yeah, my same blanket statement. Kids come first, obviously. Got a lot of love for you. My core of
Oh
me
my gosh, do
answer.
you think he likes me? Answer in the chat. Sorry.
Chat, do you think he likes me? My core answer would be gaming, and that's either video gaming or tabletop gaming. Um, I've played a lot of D&D, I've played a lot of Warhammer, all flavors and forms, and
In the
obviously,
club, we all fail.
um, we, I've played a lot of video games. I don't think I could like exist in a space where I could not game in some form or fashion. Um, a quick story about that, um, and then we're gonna send you guys off to get a good night's sleep. Um, while I was in basic training, obviously there was nothing. I didn't have access to a computer, didn't have access to game stuff. Me and like 3 or 4 buddies got together, and we had little plastic bags that we stole from our MREs, and then we just ripped up little pieces of paper, numbered 1 through 4, 1 through 6, 1 through 8, 10, 12, and 20, so we could like play D&D and still have like a semi-randomized thing. So we like whenever we needed to roll for something, we would just reach in and pull out a slip of paper from this bag.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's I don't think I could exist in a space without games. And if games don't exist in that space, we will make games exist in that space.
I love that. Yeah. I think that's a great answer. Yeah, games are such a fun part of life.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways and things to do for games. Games can be so many things.
And the sense of community too, like D&D and Warhammer, any online games you're doing is definitely.
I don't feel that way. You may have noticed from my Sims. I'm not involved in Sims Online. I am here to play games by myself for 12 plus hours at a time. Don't talk to me.
Good luck with 2 kids now.
No, it's terrible. Anytime I get free time with kids, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a new character. It's terrible. My legacy challenges are not going well. But awesome. I think that's a great answer, and I think it's time for us to wrap up for the night then and wind on down. So I'd like to say thank you for wandering beside us. May your night be soft, your questions light, and your path aglow until we meet again.